Hi, I'm Kelsey Wolley from Eulitha. Welcome to our booth. We're here at Display Week 2026 in Los Angeles. Let me show you some cool things that we brought with us today. The first of which is this silicon carbide augmented reality waveguide demo. This was put together by a partner of ours called SEAF. The lithography was done using Eulitha's Displacement Talbot Lithography to define the SRG waveguides shown here.
So how is it possible to make a waveguide, and what's special about using your technology to do it?
Certainly. So our technology is an optical lithography approach, which means it's non-contact and really good for scaling for production. It's very consistent, has very high yields, and we're able to do this at a very cost-effective price point. So when making augmented reality waveguides where it's based on line space gratings, our tool is able to make the same quality gratings as a traditional projection system, but at a fraction of the cost. And that fraction of the cost is really important for keeping the price down on the final product for the AR glasses.
What do we see over here?
So over here is really cool. I actually want to show you this big guy.
So what is possible to see here?
So what I'm showing here is a 12-inch wafer that is filled with AR waveguides. This design is by one of our partners, Dispelix. Dispelix did the design here. And we're showcasing a new tech, which is this Displacement Talbot Lithography in conjunction with step and repeat. So now we're able to do these seamless, really sharp waveguide designs and completely fill larger substrates.
And how can you put those in the AR glass? Does it get cut out of that?
That's right. So it's easier to see on silicon, but we actually have the same Dispelix designs here on high-refractive-index glass. So this is a 12-inch high-refractive-index glass wafer with these waveguides on them. And these would actually get cut out or singulated into individual lenses and then assembled into glasses.
So it's easy to cut them out? The way you get it out of there and onto...
So that's done by a different company. We don't do the singulation, but that's typically done using lasers. You cut them out.
And is this your machine over there?
That's right. So we have 3 machines, a small tabletop tool. We have a kind of a mid-range tool, a semi-automatic tool, and then we have a fully high-volume manufacturing level tool shown here in the bottom.
And you've been at the Display Week for a few years, and what's been the evolution of your technology at the display industry? What were you doing like a few years ago and now, and how does it change your company?
Yeah, so Eulitha has been evolving as the market changes. We've been bringing new tech, pushing the bounds of what DTL can actually print. DTL will always be defined by requiring a periodic structure to be compatible with the customer device, but what that means, how periodic it needs to be, is actually something that we're constantly working on. So we're actually able to open up new markets where the technology fits really well because of the research that we've been doing. So some examples of this has been the recent work that we've been doing within the semiconductor laser space.
And what you can do there with the semiconductor lasers.
So
can you tease what could be coming?
Yeah, so with the semiconductor lasers, what's new and exciting and enables DTL as an excellent solution for them is our solution to phase shifting. So a typical, for example, DFB laser is highly periodic except for when it has a phase shift and there's an abrupt change in pitch. And a few years ago, we weren't able to pattern that because of the abrupt change. We actually did a lot of research on this and came up with a DTL compatible way to get the same device performance with a gradual phase shift. And customers really like this. So they're able to use the tech now to make really high throughput, high precision lasers.
Does it also help for the laser light source for the AR business? Does it go through?
So the projectors for the waveguides is a little bit different, different application, different type of laser.
Because sometimes I hear some of them say that the waveguide has to be optimized for the whole light engine, right? Every
Yes.
time there's a different design that works better.
Yes, so there are different approaches to what light source is going to be best for the final product. It's always a balance of things like cost, brightness, how many nits does it put out, what's its efficiency with power, how much load does it do on the battery. These are all things that designers decide when they're putting together the full AR
And if
assembly.
If somebody does LCOS and the other ones do micro LEDs and the other one do micro OLEDs, which one you like to work with?
We can work with all of them. We're compatible with all.
Imagine every pixel, every sound. Enabled through HDMI technology. From the highest resolutions, the fastest refresh rates, to immersive multi-channel audio, HDMI technology powers a worldwide ecosystem of devices for movies, for gaming, for creators. Experience clarity, performance, connection. HDMI technology. Connect the future today.